Hello, just hanging out here with the lizards and the sludgy water and the ducks and the baby ducks in our local creek. It's the dry season, so there's not been a lot of rain, but it's still beautiful. Thought I'd just give an update. So I just looked at my calendar and it's almost 8 weeks since my 24-month prognosis expired. I feel really healthy. I've had a few blood tests lately because of a different health matter, but they came back perfect. So really happy with that. Vitamin D levels great. 2 different doctors sent me for 2 different blood tests. One was my low carb doctor, so I think that was a more extensive blood test, and the other was my GP. So all good. So I've been researching. The problem with my researching is that I don't understand 90% of what I read when it comes to medical research. But there are a few off-label drugs that are recommended for people who are suffering from cancer. I can just speak for brain cancer. But there's one called fenbendazole and another one called menbendazole, and someone out there will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if you're in the US, and I don't know how it works in Australia, they're very similar, but menbendazole is more available, and I think fenbendazole is not as easy to get. I don't even know if it's legal. I'm not sure how that works. There's also an antimicrobial or antibacterial medicine called ivermectin, and that was used, I think might have been for malaria, and it was discovered also that it's quite good to fight cancer, or something to do with cancer. Anyway, these are all things that have been recommended to me as something I might want to do now or in the future by people who research the metabolic treatment of cancer. And it's exciting. It's exciting. So I just have to investigate if I want to take it, when I want to take it, how available it is. But anyone out there who's watching, if you would like to email me, I think, what's my email again? storyofjanesbrain@gmail.com. Or you can just leave a comment in the comments below. But I'd really like to hear if you know anything, or if used it, or had know of anyone who had side effect. Anything at all would be of real interest. Not just something you've read, but something you've experienced, or at least something someone close to you has experienced with these off-label drugs, and any other off-label drugs that you might know of. I'd really appreciate it. But I'm feeling good at the moment, and my last scan, as you would know if you've watched my channel, came back as, I want to say, no evidence of disease, but that's not a permanent state. At any time it could turn around. So I'm still kind of researching stuff and seeing if I need it, I will know what to do. But I would never make the decision on my own, because I know people who I trust in this area of fighting particularly stage 4 brain tumours with metabolic therapy and all the related off-label drugs, that I trust far more than my own intuition or knowledge. I'm basically an amoeba when it comes to this stuff. But I feel really good, and going to the gym again, well, after we came back from overseas, and eating healthy. I'm not eating such a total carnivore diet. I am actually bringing back in some other things. So my low carb doctors sent a lot of recipes after my first consult with him, and so I'm delving back into them because he's not just saying that you have to have a carnivore diet. So that's agreeing with me, and keeping my fasting sessions quite in check, and just getting to know my body. It's ongoing. Like I don't think I'll ever just give in and just go, I think I'm 4 years clear. I'll just start, bring the donuts back or the wine. I can't see that happening because it's too terrifying, the thought. And I'm wondering, why people don't do this sort of thing, or don't, even if they just think, they want to lose weight, and they've had a lot of failed diets. I think that they just don't have, it's a bit corny, but the why. They don't have my brain cancer will come back and eat me from the inside out. They don't have anything like that. And also, they probably may not have even heard of it or really believe it. I mean, they pump you with so many poisons, chemo, and they irradiate you. And some stupid person like me comes along and says, diet is is really, really important, both to stop the cancer in the first place and to fight it and to use it as a minimum an adjunct therapy to those standard of care treatments. So I'm going to continue on with what I'm doing and just getting more interesting things into the diet to keep me going, but good things, not carbs. All right, see you next time. Bye.